Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back. It's Travis here with JT Wealth, and it's our Thursday crypto update video. We're going to focus solely on Bitcoin today. Bitcoin and cryptos as a whole have seen a huge push up lately, but one analyst thinks that a $100,000 Bitcoin price target could be very modest. So let's get into it. All right, like I said, welcome back. Yes, today's video is focused on Bitcoin. So hopefully you're a Bitcoin fan and this video gets you excited. I know it gets me excited. If you like this kind of topics, guys, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel so you can stay up to date with all of my recent videos. Bitcoin's trading at around 57,350 something right now, which is up 22% in the last 30 days alone. So it's on one heck of a push upwards. But people have been talking about whether or not Bitcoin will reach and exceed the old all-time high of $64,863 posted on April 14th of this year. But before we get into all that, let me remind you guys, today's video is sponsored by Crypto.com. They're still the world's fastest growing crypto app, and you can use the link in the description section down below, Crypto.com/app/JTWealth, to sign up and fund your new crypto account and get $25 free in CRO just for signing up. So it's free money you can use to start your portfolio of Bitcoin if you should choose. All right, but we'll talk more about Crypto.com later in the video. So let's get into the most important topic of today's video, probably why you clicked on the video between the thumbnail and the heading. But somebody is saying that a $100,000 Bitcoin is really kind of a moderate price target, and they think it could be a lot higher. So let's do a quick Google search and see what comes up. So if I put in when will Bitcoin hit $100,000, you get quite a few options. Many different articles are out there on Standard and Charter predicting Bitcoin hitting 100,000 in 2020-21. Then you've got other articles, Cointelegraph putting out a similar article, 2021 or even early 2022. Are the technicals strong enough? Bitcoin price predictions even on the NASDAQ, why Bitcoin could hit 100,000 by 2021. So this is not one random analyst throwing out a price target and me jumping on it. This, believe it or not, is all over the place, and a lot of people believe these kind of numbers to be feasible in the near term, possibly even early 2022, depending on which side of the coin you land on when you're reading through these articles. Looking at Bitcoin right now, this was taken a little bit ago, so by the time you see the video, it probably has changed. Don't hold this to me. It's probably about 57.3 right now, but you're looking at where it was, and this is over the last year to date as far as that chart goes. You're looking at that peak over to the left side of the screen. That was our all-time high, and we can definitely see a reproach to that level, the Bitcoin attempting to regain that all-time high level and possibly even exceed it. But articles like this are coming out even today. This one came out literally at 10:27 a.m. this morning. Bitcoin $100,000 may be conservative according to one analyst. And we're talking about multiple different things kind of happening here all at once, right? You've got the JP Morgan CEO saying that Bitcoin is worthless. Meanwhile, you've got Morgan Stanley's CEO coming out saying, hey, crypto is not a fad anymore. Also, here you have it. This guy right here, Jurrien Timmer, Fidelity's Director of Global Macro, is more clear-minded in his direction for Bitcoin, citing a $100,000 by 2023. So in that instance, you've got three polarizing opinions on Bitcoin and its future. You've got one guy who thinks it's complete trash. You've got somebody in the middle who's saying, yeah, my bank's not fully invested in it yet. We're not getting into the fad yet, but it's not actually a fad at all, and he does see it continuing in the future. What really is happening with the Morgan Stanley CEO is he's waiting for it to get a lot of regulation, right? That's what banks are looking for. They want rules so that they can go ahead and start implementing those rules to their benefit, right? Banks exist to make money, not to make you money, contrary to popular belief. But nonetheless, then you've got the guy on the other side of things saying, hey, by 2023, you're looking at $100,000 per coin. And I really do feel like more and more people are lending themselves to that last option where they think Bitcoin is going to keep going upwards. So let's look into it a little bit further. So here you're looking at the Bitcoin chart from January 2020 all the way to today, over that $57,000 mark. And now what is being said is, and this is quotations from the analyst Timmer I mentioned, so this move up in Bitcoin has come without the help of momentum chasers, which I think is a good sign because it means there is something else making Bitcoin go up. and that is fundamental demand for Bitcoin and its network. When I come up with $100,000 as far as the Bitcoin price goes, that's a conservative estimate based on the intersections of my supply model and my demand model. Now, there are still Bitcoin bulls out there who would say that, okay, $100,000, that's totally reasonable, but we see it happening by the end of 2021, possibly beginning of 2022. They're a little bit more excited about the possibility of that $100,000 price target hitting faster than you would expect. And believe it or not, Bitcoin has a history of proving things like that to be a little bit more realistic than you might think. The last big price jumps that we've seen with Bitcoin happened really, really fast. They weren't things that took their gradual time. So it is possible for Bitcoin to see those prices before the 2022 timeline, but you never know with Bitcoin, right? It could go either direction. As it stands, the prices of Bitcoin have rallied back to levels we haven't seen since May of this year, and the hopes of greater institutional adoption and possibly future regulation gives it the potential for the SEC to sign off on new Bitcoin ETFs. And with the price of Bitcoin over that $57,000 mark, you're looking at an 80% recovery of the price of Bitcoin from the July lows when we were looking at a lot more regulatory fears. Then we had China completely ban Bitcoin. Now guess what? The US is the predominant miner and user of Bitcoin. So that's a positive thing, and we have definitely seen that impact on the markets for Bitcoin. Now, Timmer does go on to say that although he sees that $100,000 price target, it's not all just gradual going up, right? There's definitely going to be the ebbs and flows. Bitcoin could go up and then go down and go back up and then go back down. So as far as looking for your investment to make money every single day, day after day, that's not altogether a reality. But what is a reality, much like what we kind of push here on the channel, is that time in the market beats timing the market. If you believe in the asset as a whole, invest in it, sit back and just relax. It will eventually increase and grow. Now, FX Empire put out this article, and it's talking about the price kind of interplay intraday. So you're looking at price predictions. They think that failure to break out from the $58,500 mark could bring sub $56,000 on Bitcoin back into play. And here again is where we're talking about that still ebb and flow of Bitcoin, right? It's not constantly pushing upwards. That article says that barring a broad-based crypto rally, you're looking at the first major resistance level at 58,661 and a solid resistance at 59,000. And again, barring that huge rally that could cap your potential upside in the short term. And in the event of another extended rally, Bitcoin could test resistance at the 60,000 level before any possible pullback. In the event it were to do that, the next major resistance level it would see would be at 59,955, and that's more of a mental resistance after reaching that $60,000 level. If, however, it were to fall through 56,482, that would bring the first major support level to 55,188. And of course, this is just kind of looking at the best case possible scenario and the worst case possible scenario. If it goes up, you're looking at that $60,000 mark. If it goes down, hopefully you're staying above 55,188. Okay, and like I said in the beginning of today's video, it is sponsored by Crypto.com. We're talking about Bitcoin, we're talking about crypto. It is 100% going to be around for the long term. It's the future of finance if you believe in that kind of thing. And Crypto.com gives you a brilliant way to get set up with your investments if you don't already have a portfolio or if you're looking for a secondary portfolio. So Crypto.com is still the world's fastest growing crypto app with over 10 million users, buying and selling over 90 cryptocurrencies, and that number is growing daily, guys. You can spend with the crypto Visa card and get up to 8% cash back, or just grow your portfolio by storing your funds in the app and just letting them grow for you. It's also one of the only crypto apps I know of that lets you buy NFTs right there on the app. So if you're looking for a new crypto platform, check out Crypto.com. You can use the link in the description section down below. You're looking at it on your screen right now, Crypto.com/app/JT Wealth, and they'll give you $25 free of CRO just for signing up and funding your account. Also, guys, that's multiple, what are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 different Crypto.com Visa cards offered for any level of finance. So whether you want to put no money down or store a whole bunch of crypto on there, they have a crypto Visa card for you. And you can be earning up to 8% cash back with every purchase you make. All of this going towards your Crypto.com investment portfolio. All right, but enough about that. What else is going on in the crypto space with a huge name that is definitely lending itself towards a future of crypto regulation and success? Well, check this out. Business Insider put out this article today. It says Cathie Wood's Ark Invest gets behind a Bitcoin futures ETF, stepping up its crypto involvement. And they've put their name to a Bitcoin futures ETF in an SEC filing that came out yesterday. And it will be called Ark 21 Shares Bitcoin Futures Strategy ETF. And it was filed by issuer Alpha Architect and lists 21 shares as the investment sub-advisor. The filing assigns the ticker ARK-A, a positive sign of coming SEC approval, according to the analyst looking at this issue. So this is definitely Cathie Wood's and Ark Invest taking a huge step forward into crypto by putting its name to a Bitcoin futures exchange traded fund, or ETF, that again was filed to the SEC on Wednesday. Now, this is not the first time Cathie Wood has dived into the crypto ETF space. One of Ark's funds gave itself clearance to buy Canadian Bitcoin exchange traded funds, or ETFs, in late September, and Bitcoin bull Wood has praised the cryptocurrency as a hedge against inflation. So just the fact that Ark actually got a ticker symbol from the SEC means that we're looking at a possible regulation shift in how the SEC allows ETFs on cryptocurrencies to exist. I think it was last week where another ETF was listed as being a Bitcoin or crypto friendly ETF. However, really what it was an ETF of other companies, US companies, that owned Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies on their balance sheet. So it was kind of an investment in cryptocurrency, but kind of not. I don't necessarily view it as an ETF of cryptocurrency at all, but futures for cryptocurrency and ARK-A, as we're looking at this potential ETF coming live, that is definitely probably the first US crypto ETF that we're looking at. Of course, yes, Canada has them and Ark has an option for you to invest in those Canadian ETFs, but this is the first US backed one, and I do see it opening the door for future, not futures, but future ETFs to be based solely on crypto assets. So with Bitcoin back over $1 trillion market cap, billions of dollars funneled into Bitcoin by itself, just the Bitcoin crypto, within the last couple of weeks, as people are more and more excited about the possibility of lighter regulation or possible positive future regulation, this is definitely something that's keeping a lot of attention. Retail investors and industrial big industries are investing in Bitcoin constantly, guys. Even like the big company Strike that's out there, you saw NBA players, NFL players. It's a company that you can utilize to take your paycheck and just convert it all into cryptocurrency assets, right? And there's no fee to do this. So as big companies like this continue to push out, I see the price of the cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, continuing to go upwards. I know Ethereum was up on the day too. Today's video is not about Ethereum, but Ethereum was up significantly more than Bitcoin today. And you know I'm looking for that $10,000 Ethereum price target, so I'm watching that one closely. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you found something of value here. As always, it's just provided for information and entertainment purposes only. I'm not telling you what to buy and what not to buy. Do your own due diligence before spending your own money, and never listen to people on YouTube. As always, guys, thanks for checking out today's video. Until next time, bottoms up.